Hi, Sylvia. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so excited to get to know you and talk to you today.
Thank you so much for doing this. I'm really excited to introduce myself.
All right, well, let's get started right away then. Could you please tell us more about who you are and your personal touching story?
Of course, I'll be happy to. I was born and raised in Mexico City, and my mom was always very involved in nutrition and holistic health. So I kind of like grew up in that whole arena. When I was about 11 or 12 years old, my maternal grandfather moved in with us, and he had studied the five different types of yoga. So he was the one who really introduced me to breath work, and I've been doing it all my life. And all my life, I've been trying to get people to breathe better and help people understand how important their breath is. And along the way, I also decided to study nutrition, and I became a certified integrative nutrition health coach about 10 years ago or so. So I've always been trying to help people maintain or regain their health through just natural ways, right? Because our bodies are designed to heal themselves, but we keep messing with that beautiful miracle that we are. Moving forward, a few years later, I think it was 2021, right after the pandemic, a friend of mine posted that she had become a certified breath coach, and the lights just went off. Boop, 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 boop. Oh my gosh, that is what I'm meant to be doing. So I decided to get certified as a breath coach to make it official. And so that's where I'm at. I'm truly just really focused on helping people understand that you don't necessarily have to change your entire life, but just by making a few changes here and there, and most importantly, learning how to breathe more mindfully and effectively, how that is going to impact every cell in your body and help you either stay healthy or, as I said before, regain your health. So that's my passion. I truly am passionate about that.
That was a beautiful story. You don't hear a lot of people who get to grow up in that holistic space. So that was
Correct.
very refreshing. So our next question would be, what makes you unique that sets you apart from the rest?
Oh boy, what makes me unique? I would have to say that it's probably the fact that I was born and raised in a multicultural environment. I mean, I have British blood, I have Scottish blood, I have Mexican blood, I have a bit of everything. I studied in a French school, so I speak three languages fluently, so I can actually help a whole lot of people, not only in this country, but internationally as well. And just the fact that I listen to people and I try to go deeper into what is causing them to be in a non-balanced state.
What are the specific areas of health and wellness you specialize in?
So basically, I'm a certified integrative nutrition health coach, which means that, yes, I do help people understand how to nourish themselves better from a food stand of point of view, but integrative nutrition means that we're dealing with primary foods and secondary foods. And actually, the foods that we eat are the secondary foods. The primary foods are more different areas of your life that can impact your health, like, for instance, sleep, exercise, hydration, nutrition, obviously, but also finances, um, the economic side of your. So there's 12 different areas that I help people um, really take notice of in what area of their life they feel like they're not balance or that they're feeling low. And I coach them because that's what I do. I coach people into not only eating better, but basically changing certain habits in their life, which can help them just lead a more satisfying and balanced life,
That was really interesting. I didn't think about primary and secondary foods at all, actually, until you mentioned it.
right? Nobody does. I mean,
No,
most people think that it's all about what you eat and or drink, and it is, but there's a whole lot of areas that we tend to ignore, which are impacting our health, our mental health, our emotional health, and our physical health. So I address mind, body, spirit in the way that I coach people.
that makes a lot of sense now that you've brought my awareness to it.
Hey, there we go.
Um, so our next question is, what are the most common conditions you experience from your clients?
Well, I can easily and safely say that right now there's a lot of anxiety and people are experiencing a lot of stress, and that affects us at a cellular level. I mean, I myself have gone through periods where I've had a whole lot of stress in my life, and I notice how it impacts my body, right? So right now, I would say just helping people manage anxiety levels, helping people manage stress, manage pain, um, even feeling exhaustion. A whole lot of these areas can be alleviated just by learning how to breathe better. And people don't even think of how their breath affects everything. And that is what my passion is. Because once people start practicing a little bit more mindful breathing, they notice the difference immediately. So, as I tell people, people have this misconception that breath work is all about taking deep breaths, and they go like that because they think that here's a deep breath, and it isn't. So, it's about learning how to breathe more efficiently and mindfully throughout the day. I mean, I tell people what I want to do is inspire people to be standing in line in the supermarket waiting to pay for their groceries, and they're doing their breath work and nobody knows, because it's not about lying on a yoga mat and doing all sorts of weird things. It's about just being mindful of how you're breathing and being more effective in how you do it.
That is a really great way to put it.
Thank you.
I really like that personally.
Good.
Personal level, I like that explanation a lot.
Let's do a session, girl.
Okay, we actually have one question left.
Mhm.
Um, you mentioned a tip already, I think, in that response, but the question is, what are two or three simple tips or techniques you can share that can bring about healthy improvements?
Well, as far as, and I'm going to do a twofold answer because one would have to do with breath work, and the other one would have to do with my integrative nutrition coaching, right? So for the breath work, I would say, first of all, before you get out of bed, spend 5 or 10 minutes or longer if you can doing a little bit of mindful breathing. And that can be as simple as breathing in to a count of four and breathing out to a count of four. So just very softly, okay? It's not a matter of breathing hard like that. It's truly a matter of just connecting with your breath and starting your day feeling that you're controlling your breath, right? Because that gives you already a sense of control as opposed to jumping out of bed and, oh my gosh, I've got all these things I need to do and the stress and the anxiety and whatnot. So if you start by you being in control, that could be a huge thing. And there's different ways of breathing. Okay. So if you do longer exhalations, it tends to calm your nervous system. If you want to get some more energy, you do a longer inhalation. So as again, there's different types of breaths that I teach. And as far as integrative nutrition, I would say, first of all, learn to read the labels of the foods that you buy. And we've been hearing this for many, many years, and we hear it, and sometimes we let it go in and out the other. But it's a matter of truly realizing that the more natural you can go, so as they say, shop the perimeter of the supermarket, because in the middle are all the aisles with all the processed foods. Learn to read the labels. If all of the names in the ingredients are names of chemicals and things that you can't even pronounce, do you want that in your body? So the more you can start staying away from processed foods, the more you will help your body. Sleeping is very important. So make sure that you're getting a good 7 to 8 or 9 hours of sleep every night, because sleep is when we are restoring the body. And hydration. I mean, there's so much that I can share, but you just asked me for a couple of tips. So those are really important. Hydration is really, really important. So that's why you will always see me with my little glass of water. And sleep and exercise, of course, is very important. And you don't have to go crazy exercising, just a 20-minute walk, allowing yourself to breathe some fresh air. So, I mean, I could go on and on for 5 hours, believe me, but I know you want to keep it short.
Yes, but I think those tips were great. So I
Thank
am
you.
very glad with that. That actually brings us to the end of our get to know you video together. And I learned a lot, so I hope everyone else learns a lot. And thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you for doing this. I'm really excited to be part of this amazing group of holistic healers.